So, my re-review of Mean Girls. I have been saying I was going to re-review this movie for quite some time. I did not get around to doing it last year like I was supposed to do for Mean Girls anniversary. But it's better late than never, and I'm going to re-review it. Now, I did review this back in 2016, but it accidentally cut off at the end. So, here, that review is still going to be staying up, but here's my re-review of it. This film is directed by Mark Waters, stars Lindsay Lohan. This is the second collaboration with both of them. The first one was Freaky Friday, released a year early, and it's written by Tina Fey. It is based on a non-fiction self-help book, Queen Bees and Wannabes, which that book describes female high school social cliques and the damaging effects they can have on girls. This film stars Lindsay Lohan, Rachel McAdams, Tina Fey, Lacey Chabert, Lizzy, Caplan, Daniel Franzese, Johnathan, Bennett, Tim Meadows, Anna Gasteyer, Amy Poehler, and in her film debut, Amanda Seyfried. And basically the plot of Mean Girls is we meet this teenager named Katie Heron, and she was educated, homeschooled in Africa by her scientist parents. And her family decides to move to the suburbs of Illinois. Katie finally gets to experience the public high schools and gets a quick primer on the cruel and tactic laws of popularity that divide her fellow students into tightly knit cliques. She unwittingly finds herself being in the good graces of an elite group of cool students known as the Plastics. And this includes Gretchen Wieners, which is Lacey Chabert, Karen Smith, played by Amanda Seyfried, and the leader of them all, the villainess of the villainist, Rachel McAdams as Regina George. And Katie soon realizes that her shadow group of new friends earned the nickname. And through that, you get a very quotable and very awesome movie. Now, my history with Mean Girls, I saw this movie as a young kid. My oldest sister, she first bought the DVD, and it was a full screen collector's edition from Paramount. And I remember watching it, and I said, that was funny. That was pretty funny. And then from then, I still love the movie. I still think this movie is funny. There's not a single issue I have in this film, but I have to say that I really do like how this film is written. Tina Fey creates an excellent screenplay. The script is so far-fetched and in between, so whirlwind. You got jokes making you laugh left and right, and the jokes just keeps on coming. There's a lot of quotable lines here. I want my pink shirt back. It's not cranberry juice, it's cranberry cocktail, salt, sugar. I want to lose 3 pounds. The jokes in this movie they're very hilarious, and each joke just gets fun and very hilariously well done. And I think that it's very, very funny, and there's a lot of funny moments in here that you got there, and the groups, you get to see the groups, and there's a lot of variety of groups when you get to Plastics. I can't name them all, but if you've seen the movie, watch the movie, you will know what you're talking about. But every single character is written very well. You got a lot of amazing performances in here. Let me just say, this is Lindsay Lohan's best role. Lindsay Lohan is a good actress, and this was in her heyday. And I know people nowadays will give her crap for how she looks and stuff she's done, but that's what happens. But she was a childhood crush of mine, and I still think she's beautiful. Even with all the drama that went on between her, she's still beautiful. And originally she read for Regina George, but the casting team felt she was closer to what they were looking for in Katie. And so Lindsay Lohan feared the mean girl role would tarnish her reputation. She played the lead. And Rachel McAdams comes in and she does a really great job as Regina George. She was kind and polite, and her being polite and kind made her perfect for such an evil, mean-spirited type jerk you just love to hate. And she was cast during the time of she was filming The Notebook. So Amanda Seyfried, I'll get to her, but Rachel McAdams, let me just say how great she is. She makes you hate her. And she has some very funny lines too. Especially, she has this subplot where she wants to lose weight, but instead of losing weight, they have this gaining weight thing. So they trick her into nutrition bars to make her gain weight, and the plan works, because there's a scene. The movie has been out for a long time. Regina gets back Aaron Samuels in front of a Halloween party, which the Halloween party is one of my favorite parts of the movie. It's very cool, very fun, and the soundtrack is really great. The soundtrack is just freaking awesome. You have an awesome soundtrack. It's a magnificent soundtrack, to say the least. You have a fantastic way this movie's directed and written. Mark Wahlberg and Tia Fey combined their best efforts and made it into this really, really enjoyable film. And I think that's one of the reasons why I love this movie so much. Is because it's a comedy, but it also knows that it's dealing with the real horrors of high school popularity. I found popularity my own way of just being myself, but I didn't let that change me. I still have respect for people, but the Halloween party was really good, and they decide to do that. And let me just say, I love all the acting in here is great. Again, I've talked about Lindsay Lohan and Rachel McAdams, but let me just say, Amanda Seyfried is freaking great in here. She is amazing, and it's amazing. And there's a lot, and the scenes with these three girls together, this is some of the best chemistry you ever seen in a movie. And it's awesome, and it's incredible, and it's fantastic, and I think it's very, very cool, and I think it's very, very amazing. So, Amanda Seyfried's performance, she read it for Regina, but instead she was chosen to play Karen. And I think for her debut, Amanda Seyfried was cute back then. She's still cute now. And I do mean it. Amanda Seyfried, she was great in here. She's hilarious. She really plays Karen to a T. I think she really brings so much positive happiness, energy. There is a joke that she says, if you're from Africa, why are you not black? Don't worry, people, that's not, a few people may find it racist, but me, it's not racist, it's funny. I think it's pretty funny. It's not meant to offend anybody. This is back then when jokes were actually funny, unlike the bullcrap comedies we get now with just poop jokes and fart jokes and freaking fat jokes that we're getting tired of. This is how you do do it right here. You make the jokes funny. This is one of the better high school movies. It's my favorite high school movie. This is one of my favorite guilty pleasures as well, and I'm glad I'm deciding to re-review the film, because I felt like I did not give my very first review of this film a proper review. So I'm going to do it today. But let me just say, you got Lacey Chabert in here as Gretchen Wieners, and all I'm going to say, she's awesome. She's funny, she's hot. And she's still hot, hey. So Daniel Franzese and Lizzy Caplan as Damien and Janice Ian. Yes, I'm going to say it, they're great. And the thing with Damien is that he's almost too gay to function. and then again, a lot of great lines from him. It's like, Danny DeVito, I love you. That, again, this movie is, the reason why I'm laughing and happy so much is because I'm very happy to talk about this movie again, because I felt I did not give this movie a proper review. And Lizzy Caplan is really great as Janice Ian. At first she was considered too pretty, but they decided to let her come. And Lizzy Caplan's performance really breaks through in this movie, especially in two scenes. The one scene where she's trying to convince Katie to steal the burn book, and she reminds the audience that there are two kinds of people. There are people who do evil stuff, and there are people who see evil stuff being done and they don't try to stop it. Which, that is a very true line when you think about it nowadays, because there's a lot of bad things going on and there's barely anyone trying to stop it. And the next line is that after Aaron leaves, and she just has this incredible scene with Lindsay Lohan, which does involve the "I want my pink shirt back" line, and she just really brings her A game. She's like, you think that everybody is in love with you when actually everybody hates you. Aaron Samuels, for example, he broke up with Regina, and guess what? He still doesn't want you. So why are you still messing with Regina, Katie? I'll tell you why. Because you are a mean girl. That entire scene alone, that really shows how far Katie has gone to becoming one of the plastics. And that monologue is good job, Tina Fey. Good job. I would play a video clip of the scene, but how can I not talk about this movie without mentioning the love interest of Lindsay Lohan's character? Aaron Samuels, played by Johnathan Bennett. He's pretty great too. He's really awesome, and as the character, I think him and Lindsay Lohan have very good chemistry, and even the chemistry he has with McAdams is pretty good too. It's just great chemistry, great acting, great performances from both of them, and I think he's a pretty underrated person when it comes to people talking about this movie and saying how much they like it. So honestly, I have to say that his performance also really stands out too. Tim Meadows is the principal, which his little scene he has with the principal, which is when Katie takes the blame for the burn book, which that was pretty good. And I honestly think that Johnathan Bennett was a really entertaining addition in the film. All the performances in here. This movie was shot on location in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and I think Toronto was a really good place to shoot this movie. And this movie, this is Lindsay Lohan, Lizzy Caplan's, Amanda Seyfried, and Rachel McAdams' breakthrough. And I do feel so bad for Lindsay Lohan now, but this is Rotten Tomatoes. There's a reason why this is a part of the top 50 greatest teen comedies. I can agree with Rotten Tomatoes on certain things. I still hate them, but when you are nice to certain movies I like, I'll let you slide. I'll let you go. And this movie got a crap load of awards. The soundtrack, again, great songs. And the chemistry that the ladies have on screen is just outstanding. It's just amazing, and the score is actually pretty good by Rafi Killen. You got a full orchestra and taiko drums. I actually like that they played the old Paramount Paramount logo at the beginning of the movie. I love that. And yes, there is a Blu-ray version of this movie, but I have this on my Amazon wish list, and this movie has been a pop culture phenomenon. You have fans making GIFs and memes about the film, posting them on social media. You get a lot of Mean Girls stuff here, and there's a lot of, especially I do love the Christmas scene, talent show scene. Damien singing Christina Aguilera, but when the girls come out and do Jingle Bell Rock, I like that part for some reason. That was awesome. It's awesome. And October 3rd is Mean Girls Day. Yes. And another great line is, on Wednesdays we wear pink. I'm a guy, I don't wear pink because I'm afraid pink can make somebody gay, which I'm not gay. I'm a straight man, and I like wearing colors that suits my style. And they've been trying to do a sequel to this movie, a real sequel. I don't know if all I'm gonna say is, do not ruin the first movie. Just have it be good, be just as good as the first one. Let it be the real sequel to Mean Girls, because Mean Girls 2, you failed miserably with your Disney Channel shot for shot, scene for scene, word for word bullcrap. Which I've ranted on that movie. That rant is on my channel, and there is gonna be a card that by the time this is uploaded. But anyway, the best part in this movie is when the burned book, all the stuff that was in that burned book comes to the light. Basically what I mean is, you get full-blown jungle madness. Full-blown jungle madness. You got all of these friends. All of these friends. You got all these girls. Honestly, all these girls is just woo. I'm gonna tell you right now, all of these girls fighting in the hallway over calling each other out their names. It's awesome. It's a massive brawl. It's brutal. It's awesome. Say that the movie does not. There is a message in this movie for people. Popularity is not everything. That is the message that this movie was sending out. Popularity is not always going to be good. Sometimes popularity and being in cliques, it can have positive light, and there are also dark light. And one of the messages that I really do agree with, that is a good message a teen comedy can send a movie. And that is what I really do appreciate in this movie. I think Mean Girls is a great film. I think this is an amazing film. I do definitely plan to add this to my collection soon. This film is awesome. It's incredible. I love it. It's a very funny movie. I think this movie deserved all the praise it gets. It deserves to be one of the best movies of the 2000s. This is one of my favorite films of all time. It's one of my favorite high school movies of all time. And this is my favorite guilty pleasure of all time. And I'm sorry, Mean Girls 2, the standalone sequel to Mean Girls, rips off every single thing. You are not better than this. I'm sorry, Megan Martin, Nicole Anderson, Mara Walsh. You cannot top this. You're not Lindsay. You can't be better than Lindsay Lohan, Rachel McAdams, Amanda Seyfried, and Lacey Chabert. This is where it's at. And if they do make a direct sequel to ignore the Disney Channel wannabe ripoff, I'm gonna be happy. I have faith. As long as you don't disrespect the original even worse than Mean Girls 2 already did. It probably won't happen, but if it not, at least I have this one film. Sorry, Mean Girls 2, the one with Megan Martin, never happened to me. It doesn't exist. When it comes to negatives for Mean Girls, I basically don't have a single problem with this movie. I have no complaints with this movie. None. Again, one complaint from people they may have is the joke that Karen makes, which I did say at the beginning of the video. But if you can accept the fact that this is a clever, funny film, you shouldn't have that problem. But for me, I really don't have anything bad to say. The movie uses PG-13 rating to its full extension, to its full potential, and it doesn't get too stupidly overcrowd negatives. But anyway, Mean Girls is an amazing film with great performances, great writing, great chemistry. Everything is just magnificent. This is a masterpiece of a film with a great message, and this is something for boys and for girls can appreciate. Even if you're not a boy and girl, if you have a girlfriend, you can show your girlfriend this. If you have a boyfriend, girls, you can show your boyfriend this. If you want to invite a group of friends over, or just want to watch something with your family, I do recommend this movie. It's PG-13. It's an hour and 37 minutes. It's not full of stupid jokes like Fembusters is. This is absolutely well written, and that is why Mean Girls will remain as a classic film in my eyes, because this movie is so fetch, and this movie is awesome. Mean Girls is a classic film, one of the better comedies of the decade, and is my personal favorite teen comedy and my personal favorite guilty pleasure of all time. And it is a really enjoyable movie, so I'm going to go ahead and give this movie the worthy rating of my JD RSA. Basically my seal of approval, because this movie is a fetch film. It is a film that is one of the better comedies and definitely deserves its price of recognition. So, Mean Girls, let's talk about this awesome fetch movie. Let me know what you think of this movie down below. What is your favorite character? What's your favorite quotes? What's your favorite scene in the film? Do you like the movie? Do you hate it? Do you think it's underrated? Does it get too much love? Does it get too much? Is it overrated? Do you think it's one of the better teen comedies? Do you think is Lindsay Lohan's best film as well? Tell me down below what's your favorite Lindsay Lohan film, your favorite Rachel McAdams film, your favorite film with Amanda Seyfried, your favorite teen comedy film. I want to know all that down below. Have fun. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is the proper review for Mean Girls I'm giving. So if you like this video, you guys come here and we can see you guys in the next video. And until then, Future Filmmaker 39480 signing out.